We should be live right now on Facebook. Yes. Yes, we are live. Okay, going back to Zoom now. Happening. Hi, Damodar.
Hi, Bibi. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Very good.
Yeah, perfect. Well, we are currently live on Facebook, and I'm here today with Damodar. Excuse me if I pronounce your last name incorrectly, but it's Arapakota, right?
That's perfect.
Okay. And so Damodar is an investor, a technology leader involved in blockchain and e-commerce and smart city. And Damodar, thank you for taking the time out to share your entrepreneurial stories with the viewers and all the way from Canada. And so what made you move to Canada and how long have you been living there?
Yes, Bibi. First, thank you for inviting me to join this live meeting.
Yeah.
Okay, and I came to Canada in about 32 years back.
Yeah. 30
Okay,
years ago.
32 years ago, yes.
15 years ago.
Oh, 32 years ago in 1989.
Yeah.
Okay, before that, I was an engineer before. I used to be working in power and automation, energy and automation areas as an engineer. And then
Yeah.
I moved to Canada and also started working in the same areas in
Yeah.
in the case of energy, especially I moved from thermal energy to nuclear energy
Mm-hmm.
here. And I used to work as a nuclear engineer,
Yeah.
system and automation for nuclear systems. And then after some time, then about 22 years back, I started a company as a software company. That was before year 2000
Mm-hmm.
when what, what was that? The year 2000, Y2K. Oh,
Yeah.
Y2K was in full swing at that time. It was so much of demand for that. So
Yeah.
only work that was available for any software company was doing the Y2K work. So I
Yeah.
started doing that Y2K work. And then after that, once the year 2000 came, then I jumped on working on internet-based applications.
Yeah.
So that's how I got started.
Yeah.
Internet was pretty new at that time. There are not many
Mhm.
applications. Right?
Yeah.
Uh,
So before you
mm,
got started, I mean, your journey started way back, right? It stems back from you helping other people
mm.
start their own business, right?
Yes,
And prior to you moving to Canada, how was it like helping other people with building and growing their own business? How did you get into that?
yeah. Somehow from the very beginning, I was a little bit more interested in running business.
Yeah.
So that's why once I really started, actually, even before coming to Canada, I helped a large corporation in India to start up a business, start up a computer company. Right. So then that's how I learned. It was started from scratch. I didn't have
Yeah.
any experience running a computer company, but I had a very good knowledge of computer technology.
Yeah.
So because of that, I was able, because at that time computers were new, pretty new. Right?
Mm.
There were PCs were just coming into the market, and we were all working on mainframe computers and mini computers those days. That's how I had very good knowledge of computers. So I was able to help another large corporation to start a company and
Yeah.
make it successful. So then after that, I moved to Canada. Then obviously, as a new immigrant, I started working in a company here.
Yeah.
And then after some time, once I was able to leave the company and start a company, I
Yeah.
started my
Yeah.
own.
Wow. Yeah. And oh my God, I've got so many questions just coming up right now. And so you already gained like some business experience by helping others
Yeah.
running their own companies. And how would you describe the experience of starting your very first business as opposed to helping others? That's a different dynamic, right?
Right, absolutely, yes. I mean, obviously, when you start a company on your own, obviously you are responsible for everything.
Yeah.
Right? That is very different. In those cases, if I am helping someone, they are they are supposed to do a lot of things,
Mm-hmm.
right? But if it is your company, then you have to do everything yourself, right from scratch, right? Yeah, as you say, you are the one you clean your office as well as you run run large meetings with
Yeah.
clients, right? You do everything, right from very basic things to whatever is required to run the company. Right?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Plus, most important thing is when I was new in Canada, obviously I didn't have money, right? You need to raise money, you need to find investors, and you need to find clients. So well, it was a challenging job.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, well, when I first came to Canada, I didn't come with a lot of money.
You didn't have a lot of money moving to Canada.
Yeah, huh?
So you mean you didn't have a lot of money moving to Canada?
Right.
Yeah. Wow.
So that's the reason I initially I started working. And once I was able to reach a point where I'm comfortable enough to leave the job and start the company, I did that immediately.
So what? So were you just bootstrapping then when you moved
Yes,
back to Canada?
absolutely. Yes, initially there's a lot of bootstrapping. Yes.
Yeah.
Then slowly, once I did the bootstrapping and became a little bit more comfortable and made the company to run comfortably.
Yeah.
After that, only people started coming to me offering investments.
Oh, really?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's how I raised investment.
Yeah.
Actually, in fact, in one case, uh, one of the venture capital firms in the US
Yeah.
actually came looking for me to invest.
Okay. But were you like thinking about seeking outside investment at some point? Or is it
Yes.
something that just happened?
No, at that time, in fact, I was not even looking for investment. My
Okay.
first investment came when I was not even looking for investment.
Yeah.
Right. Then after that, obviously, I was able to go and raise my money
Yeah.
because I already had a track record and people knew me, so it was not a big problem.
So raising money was quite easy for you then.
Yes, I mean, somehow it was easy for me. Yes.
Much easier as how it usually happens to most startup that they have to go out, seek outside investment, reach out to investors and all that.
Yeah, that's right. The reason was I did not seek the money in the beginning. Right? I never asked for money in the beginning. I first put in all the efforts to make the company run by
Hmm.
bootstrapping. Once I was comfortable, once people came to know me,
Yeah.
then it was easy to get investments. That's why
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
lot of people, lot of new startups I see, they set up a company, next they're start looking for investments. It doesn't work. Most of the time, it does not work unless they have a super brilliant idea that is in high demand. It's very difficult to raise money just based on the idea. You got to show that you can run the company. And your idea is good and
Yeah.
product is good and you have the ability to run the company. Then it's easy to raise money.
But so you do you mean by that most startups should already start running their business for a few years before seeking investment or?
Yeah, well, see, the difference is I had the experience of working in another company,
Hmm.
learned a lot of things about running a company,
Yeah.
right? And helped other companies, others to start up companies. Then I started the company, right? So
Yeah.
because of that, I mean, I had some kind of unfair advantage also,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Compared to someone who is just out of college and trying to start a company and then just with an idea trying to raise money, it is very difficult.
Yeah, it is very difficult, but I get what you're saying. But you have to start somewhere at some point,
You got
right?
to start somewhere. Absolutely, you got to
You've
start
got to start
somewhere.
somewhere.
You got to start somewhere, but put in the necessary efforts to make sure that you have built your credibility before you start asking for funding.
Yeah,
Right? You need to have some credibility,
yeah,
like some way, some kind of credibility. Either you have a product, or you have good experience, or you have shown traction in the market, or the potential in the market.
So how long should it be? Should it be like 4 years, 3 years?
I think normally, if you start from scratch, I think at least it will take, for example, if it is a new grad starting a company who is just out of the college, has an idea, starting a company, I think it will take at least 2 years.
To build a steady cash flow?
And not, you don't need to build steady cash flow, but you need to build some kind of credibility that convinces an investor.
Yeah.
Right? You don't need
Yeah.
to have cash flow. No, that's not necessary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As long as you have the credibility to convince an investor, yes, you can raise money.
Yeah. Yeah, because what you actually see happening right now is completely the other way around. That
Yeah.
small business owners start seeking funding already
Yeah.
to build their business instead. Yeah.
That's true, but as probably you know the statistics, right?
Yeah.
Very small percentage of people only can raise funding at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, out of all the startups, hardly 5% real estate raise money.
Yeah.
Right? Not many of them can raise money. By the time for example, if you go to a VCs probably fund only about 1% of the companies that they review.
Yeah.
Right. So you need to have a lot of patience and build the credibility before you start asking for funding.
Yeah. So did you anticipate any problems before starting your first company?
I did not anticipate a problem. I anticipated the problems will be natural.
Okay.
Will be there. I was not unprepared for problems.
Yeah. Yeah. So I didn't anticipate any problems. And how long did it take you to actually build a steady cash flow and start hiring people?
Yeah. In my case, it was a little bit different because when I first started the company, there was so much of demand for the services I was offering. So I started hiring people after 2 months.
After 2 months already? Wow.
Just after 2 months, yes. After 2 months, I started hiring people. Within a year, I had about at least 10 employees.
Wow.
And then very, very quickly, we built it up after that.
Yeah.
So then after that, then I started developing products. Most of them were internet-based products.
Yeah.
So I built some of the cutting-edge technologies which were first in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Most, of course, they were fintech products.
Yeah.
And then I started with fintech products. Then I moved those products into the government. Then I created a lot of products for the government.
Yeah.
So that's how my whole journey of entrepreneurship started.
Yeah.
Basically, just providing what is required in the market, then slowly working on the products that I wanted to build.
Yeah.
Then made those products successful.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of time and effort. I used to work 18 hours a day. Right?
How many hours?
At least 18 hours a day.
Wow.
Right?
18 hours a day. That's insane.
Yes.
Yeah. How did you have a chance to have like some me time or maybe like a few hours off, or you were just working straight?
I don't know. At least first 2 years, I really didn't have any time for anything. No.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. No, absolutely nothing at all. And after that, after 2 years, when there was some kind of a comfort in keeping the company running, then I started obviously taking some time off, going on vacations.
Yeah. So, and how is it like when you are on vacation? Are you still kind of thinking about business, or do you let it go and just freely enjoy your holiday?
No. Many times when I go on vacation, I avoid thinking about business.
You don't think about business?
No.
Okay.
No, absolutely no. But sometimes what happens when you go on a business and then you take vacation?
Yeah.
Right. Or sometimes you combine both depending on where I am going. And so It depends. Sometimes just pure vacation. Sometimes go on a business and then go on a vacation.
Yeah.
Say I was going to a different country,
Yeah.
right? For something. Then I stay in the country another week or 10 days
Yeah.
on vacation.
And on vacation.
Yeah.
But do you also like check your emails in between or not? Not at all?
I check, but not every hour or so. Maybe once in a day or so.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and so far, and how do you just combine your work life, building, growing the business, and having a personal life? How do you combine both?
No, yeah, initially it was very difficult, obviously. Yeah, right? And slowly we learned, I learned to manage and my family learned to live with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? So both it worked out well at the end.
Yeah. Yeah. And the other thing is that you also are investing in startups, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, I am involved in several startups. Yes,
Yeah.
as an investor, advisor, mentor in several different ways.
Yeah. So in what stages do you invest? So like pre-seed or seed stage?
Oh, most of the time they are most of the startups I'm involved with, they are on pre-seed stage.
Okay.
Pre-seed stage,
Yeah.
right? Very few are beyond seeding stage.
Yeah. So pre-seed means that they usually just have an idea, a business plan.
Idea, no, not necessarily business. But I do not talk to anyone unless they have a real product to show to me.
Okay.
Right? They have to have something. They have to have build something. Right?
A demo, for instance.
Yeah, at least they should have some prototype to show.
Okay.
Right? Otherwise, it could take forever to
Yeah.
actually come out with a product. Right? Nobody has got time to keep working with them with based on an idea.
Mhm.
They need to have an idea, build at least a prototype. If
Yeah.
it's not a full functional system, then it's
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah.
Plus, after that, I look at, okay, is there a market fit for the product? Is the company scalable? Does the team has got the ability to scale the company? You got to look at several other factors.
Yeah.
Right? In some cases, I am involved in one company where it was just one founder and who developed the product with an outsourced team, and he came to me just with an idea, and I looked at the idea, I liked
Yeah.
the idea, and then I started investing in
So
that.
only based on an idea without a prototype.
Huh?
So only
No,
based on an
normally
idea.
no, I do not never look at a company if they do not have a prototype at least to show.
Yeah. But what made you want to invest in this type of company without having a prototype?
No, they had a prototype.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, oh, okay, they had a
They had a
prototype.
prototype. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Otherwise, I do not talk to anyone, talk to the company at all.
yeah. So if the business is scalable, you look
Mm.
at the team and you also look at the prototype.
Yes.
How long will it actually take you to decide whether or not you will actually invest in a company in a brand?
Maybe because first thing is get to know the company, get to know the product, get to know
Mhm.
the people, and then just do basic research on the product.
Yeah,
What is the what is the market fit for the product,
yeah.
right? And is it scalable? Probably it might take about a couple of months.
Will it be 6 months, 9 months?
Oh, no, no, no. I say no, no. I'll say just 2-3 months, not more
Just
than
2 or 3 months.
that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And so after investing in those companies, what role do you take in it?
No, I
As
just
the investor?
no. I remain as an advisor.
Okay.
Not really get involved with day-to-day operations of the company. No.
No, just being an advisor.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. And so before I have two more questions. And what pieces of advice would you give small businesses out there, maybe seeking investments or trying to start a company from the ground up?
Yeah, if you want to start the company from the ground up,
Yeah.
make sure that you have an idea that is validated.
Yeah.
Right, you need to have a product or a product idea or a service idea that is well validated. Right, otherwise you start, you may like the product, you may like a service, and that doesn't mean it's going to be successful in the market.
No.
Right, you need to validate the idea first and
Yeah.
take time to validate. Even if it takes 1 year to validate, that's better than starting something and hoping that it will be successful.
Yeah.
Do
Like,
proper research, validate that's
but
the thing. And then if you want to raise money, most important thing is do your, again, homework. Do your homework, make sure that you have something to show to an investor that you are able to move forward.
yeah.
Right, now, otherwise investors think the money is going to be wasted. You need to show that money that is going to be invested is not going to be wasted,
Yeah.
and then they are going to get returns.
Yeah. And just going back to what you just said about validating the business, is this you mean by having a few customers test the product, or
Not necessary. No, you even when I say validate your idea, whatever the product or service, you talk to who are the potential customers, identify who are the potential customers, go
yeah,
and talk to them, go and talk to them. What do they feel about this idea?
yeah,
What do they perceive? Sometimes what you think is their need could be very different than you think.
yeah,
Right? Then in that case, you got to change your concept. You change your ideas.
yeah,
Then you consolidate your ideas,
hmm
and, and then start mm, building the product.
yeah, yeah. And would you be open to potentially maybe mentoring new business and the new entrepreneurs, or you just
Obviously, a lot of people approach me, and I help them as much as I can. Yes, a lot. There are quite a few company, I mean, startups approach me,
yeah,
both in from Canada, US, Europe, Africa, a lot of places.
yeah? So your answer will be yes, right?
That depends on because if somebody comes to me with an idea that I do not know anything about, obviously I can't help them. Right?
No.
I help only the startups whose products I have some knowledge on.
Yeah.
I need to have some knowledge, market knowledge, technology knowledge, something I need to have. I mean, otherwise, I won't be able to help them. I'll be wasting my time and their time.
Yeah. So and
Right?
how's most like the first meeting like? With you as a potential investor, what type of questions will you be asking? And I
Yes,
mean,
I first asked them to just show
yeah,
me a small deck about their what
yeah,
they want to do,
hmm
where they are today, right? And then I understand, try to understand the product, and then I think about the whether I have the time and expertise to help them.
yeah,
Then, if I can help them, many times I help number of startups.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
For example, in I'll give you one example. So about 3 months back, one company in Africa approached me and said that this is what they just simply happened to meet me. I happened to attend one of their uh, pitches, because
hmm
somebody invited me to attend pitches from several startups, and then I attended pitch, and then after that I was asking questions about what they were. Then after some time, and next day he approached me saying, "Okay, looks like you have good knowledge about this. What I was trying to do. Would you mind advising me and mentoring me?"
yeah,
Then I said immediately. I said yes, I would do it, because I already listened to their pitch before. I
hmm
knew where they were trying to go. I understood what were the problems that they were facing and how to address those problems. And I immediately gave them some ideas, and they're
yeah,
actually
yeah,
working on the ideas, and they really eh, what took advantage of my advice and doing well.
yeah. Yeah, but should there always be like a big team of co-founders, or would you also be okay with, let's say, one-man show, like a business with just one owner, or would you rather have a big team?
Not necessarily big team. You see, it's always better to have more than one founder.
Okay.
It's more than one founder is always good.
Yeah.
One founder means the founder will be get burned out very fast.
Yeah.
Right? If there are two people, then there are two different ideas that they have to work together. The chance of success is much higher if there are more than one founder.
Yeah. Yeah. So they can just bounce ideas off each other's.
Yeah, right, and they share the work also, right?
Yeah.
It bounce out the ideas and share the work, so it becomes much easier.
Yeah. So if you don't mind me asking, what will be the average amount that you will be okay with investing in a brand new company? Is there like a minimum, or you are okay to whatever they're asking?
No, that depends on the status of the company. Right? I mean, there's nothing like a minimum maximum.
Yeah.
It depends on the status of the company and the need of the company.
Yeah. Well, those were all my questions that I had for tonight. And yeah, I just want to thank you again, Damodar, for joining me tonight. Really appreciate your time. And yeah, thanks a lot for joining
Sure.
me tonight.
Thank you very much, Bibi, and thanks for the opportunity to talk to you.
Yeah.
That's good. And I
More.
see that you're doing good work.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, it's quite nerve-wracking, to be honest. Just going live every week. Yeah, usually I've got like my sheet of questions, but just let the conversation just flow naturally.
Yeah.
And yeah, just let's keep in touch. We got each other's phone number, and yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Yeah. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hi everybody, so I'm back again, and yeah, so I hope that you enjoyed today's live episode. The Damodar is an investor based in Canada, and I hope that you would be joining me again next week, Tuesday, 8 p.m. live on Facebook, and I can't wait to share and continue this journey with you all. And yeah, thank you again for watching, and I will be seeing you again next week, Tuesday. Bye bye.